Head men's soccer coach Jeremy Fishbein. The Lobos last week played a home game against South Carolina and won 2-1, going from 8th in the Conference USA to 6th in position for the conference tournament. They go on the road this weekend at Kentucky. Just came out. They are nationally ranked number 3, the Wildcats.
Not exciting, I was real happy with the guys' performance on Saturday. South Carolina is a good team, well-supported program. That was a good one. It was a good one. Our guys, the response is been really positive. They're working, playing for each other, and they know what's ahead of us. We got to set ourselves up for a good run in the conference tournament. That's where we're at right now. You got to first qualify, and what better way than going on the road and playing the third-ranked team in the country. It's exciting, and that's kind of been the story of the whole season. I don't know exactly how many teams have been ranked in the top 25 when we played them. It's probably, and it's got to be 8 to 10. I mean, most of them. We've played a heck of a schedule, and we played them tight. So I'm excited. I like where we're at right now. I know the guys are excited, and it's a good group. It's not about saying we're gelling or we're getting healthy. It's a good team, and the young guys are getting more and more experience. We're playing a lot of young guys, a lot of freshmen, and I think they're getting better and better and adjusted to the college game. And at the end of the day, games are going to be dictated by a few key moments on both sides of the ball. I thought our goalkeeper, Ford Parker, had a really good game on Saturday. 2 nice goals, Matt Dorsey with the winner. And it was a well-played match against a quality team. Kentucky proposes a couple little different challenges how they play. It's an interesting way to play. It's a defense-first mentality, and they exploit a couple mistakes you make. They have one guy, an attacker, J.J. Williams, who's a real tough matchup. Big, athletic kid who's really matured over time. It's his junior year and pretty average. His freshman year, his sophomore year, and he's kind of hitting his stride right now. So that'll be fun to get to go against him. But this is a team that's about challenges. Everything's been a challenge, a little bit more than hoped, but I'm excited for the guys.
Is there anything you've seen from Kentucky that you think your team will be able to kind of exploit this weekend and give you an advantage?
I don't know about an advantage. We're a good team. We got to be really good defensively, and what Kentucky and it's like I said, it's an approach, and I think it's an approach that you don't lose games rather than trying to win games, and they do an excellent job of not losing games. And in every sport, every game has its moments to score, whatever that may be, whether it be volleyball, football, baseball, basketball, soccer. There are openings, and you have to have key players that capitalize on those minutes, those seconds, those moments. And they've been very fortunate, but they haven't hurt themselves. Really strong defensively. And I think when you play soccer, you have an approach, you have a philosophy, and our philosophy's always been to be on the ball, to develop players, to play attractive soccer. And you look at Kentucky's been really successful. I don't know if Kentucky has a single player in the MLS or how many guys playing pro, and that's, I'm not saying that's your goal, but we try to win and we try to play. And I think we're going to have to temper that a little bit on Saturday, because if we're too wide open, we'll get ourselves in trouble. So we got to be really respectful of how they play, and we have to play a good bit of the game in their half. And when we're defending, we have to be happy defending, because that's part of the game. So it's going to be fun. We get a full week of training. Today was just kind of to get a little bit sharp, and then we got 3 days to really work on some tactical things. So I'm looking forward to the trip.
Coach, since you're not going to have soccer in the spring, from the outside looking in, I just don't know how. It just seems odd to me that you're not going to have soccer in the spring because those guys who are staying, it just seemed like why would you want to stay here? You know what I mean? Like the guys, it seemed like they would want to look for other schools to go to immediately instead of staying here, and then it would be no guys here. I mean, am I on the, you see where I'm coming from, right?
You put me on the spot. It's, I mean, is that the elephant in the room, the spring? I'm not sure what to say. You know, it's a tough decision. I don't know the exact rationale, but we have leaders in place that have to make tough decisions. I don't, you know, I think they're smart people. I think they're educators. I think they care about student athletes. And in their mind, they are making decisions that are in the best interest of our university, of our athletic department. You know, I have a very biased opinion. I think now's not the time for me to share my biased opinion. I have to support our leaders, but yeah, it was tough, and it's really upsetting to our players. And to their credit, our guys are keeping focus and they're looking into other options, and that's one of the most painful things I've ever experienced as a coach, is when your players come to you and want help transferring. It's it's tough because, you know, you made a commitment and a promise to them to see them through, and that's been extremely humbling. But as a coach and as a coaching staff, our first priority is to supporting our guys and to provide the best experience as possible. And if it's not going to be here, unfortunately, because they want to be here, but if it's not going to be here, I have an obligation to support them. And like I said, it's not easy. It just doesn't seem natural. You know, I feel like, man, I've been here 18 years. I'm loyal New Mexican through and through. This is the greatest place to play sports in the country in my mind. How can I help them go somewhere else? But you know, that's my job right now.
But you see what I'm saying, though, it just looked like the timing of it, because if the cut was going to be in July, why would there not be spring? Because that's going to make everybody leave, and then if I know there's been talk about if there's whoever's governor might reinstate the program, there's not going to be anybody here for the program if they're all gone.
How many, just so you clarify, how many colleges, I thought everybody played a fall and a spring. Am I wrong then that they don't? Because it seems like if they were, can you tell us?
I mean, that's a big part of what we do. It's a year-round developmental program for our players. That's the expectation. But I can't, everybody has their own definition. And you know, I have to be careful in what I say. You know, I work for smart people who care about our students. I have to believe at the end of the day, everybody associated with UNM is all about the students, the student-athlete experience, and cares about them. So there must be more to it, but I'm not, you know, all I can do is love our guys and support our guys and help them become successful men. It's challenging, and like I said, man, you feel disloyal to this school and this state when some kid says he wants to go someplace else. It's just, man, I'm all about New Mexico. This is the greatest state and the greatest school and the greatest athletic department in the country. I have to believe that, don't I? Because I've come into work for 18 years, so yeah, it's been really challenging.
How recent is that?
Coach,
How recent has that happened?
Excuse me?
How recent has that happened that a player asked you to try?
It's been the last couple of days, you know, they're really, yeah, they're scared. I mean, when you come to college as an 18 to 22-year-old, there's really not many things you're sure about. Very few things. But the one thing that they thought they were sure about is that they were going to get a degree and that they were going to play soccer at University of New Mexico, and that they were going to have a coach that was going to look after them. So to UNM's credit, you know, they've committed to seeing their scholarships through. UNM's committed to the education, and you know, that's a great thing, you know, and an ethical thing. But it's hard to watch these kids not have certainty over their passion, and it's been really, really tough, and I haven't slept much. Yeah.
Coach, that's powerful emotional information. Can you share with us today if there is the slightest hint, any prospective possibility that somebody in the roundhouse in Santa Fe, some financial leader, is putting together an 11th hour miracle that's going to save your program before these kids go elsewhere? Is there a slight hint of that happening anywhere?
I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, for me, as long as I'm employed by the University of New Mexico as the men's soccer coach, and my contract is through June, and you know, when I met with the AD the other day, he's like, yeah, you have a job, you'll be paid through June. As long as I'm here, I have to believe there's hope. I mean, I have to, don't I? I mean, I have to believe that that's what's best for our players and that's what's best for our community. So that's not me going against decisions. I respect decisions, hard decisions that have been made. I have to, you know. Those are people that have been put in that position, and they have quite a task. It's not an easy task.
But are there undercurrents of positive undercurrents that are taking place?
Of course.
Maybe with you not even expressing it today, can you give us a nod, yes, that it's in the workings?
I believe in what's right, and I believe that soccer is very impactful in this state. I believe in our guys and their pride in representing our state, and I have to believe in that. But I also have to believe in my institution and the people I work for. So I have to be careful. But every minute that I'm representing this state, this city, our citizens, everybody, I'm going to give it everything I got, and I'm going to support our guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.